All right, welcome to the MrShortGame podcast. This is episode 10. Still pretty early in the podcast game, and loving them. Comments on this. If you're watching the YouTube video of this, leave your comments below. Let me know what kind of stuff you'd like to hear in future episodes of the podcast. And if you're listening, you can always make a comment in the comment box somewhere around there, and give me your thoughts, ideas, and things that you would also like to hear on the podcast. Today, what we're going to discuss in this podcast is golf products for 2020. I just got back from the PGA show down in Orlando, Florida, and as always, as every year has an amazing amount of golf products, some of which are helpful and many of which are not, unfortunately. So I want to go through some of the ones that I think are really good and some of the ones that I think you should stay away from. So we'll talk a little bit, we'll talk a lot about that, and I'll also kind of give you my, let's say, guidelines for how to approach products in terms of your golf game, what to look for, what's going to help you, and how to kind of navigate the process of, do I spend all my money on this stuff or not? Most of the time not, but sometimes I would say yes. Then we're also going to talk about some equipment, because there's a lot of equipment. I mean, the manufacturers are always doing new stuff and new technology or refining stuff, or sometimes they're just polishing up some old technology and calling it new, and that happens a lot. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then also something that's huge in the golf industry as of lately is the CBD industry is really diving headfirst into not just golf, but sports in general. So is it good? Is it bad? What does it do? Did I try some? I did. And I will kind of share my thoughts about that kind of stuff later on in this podcast, so you can get my thoughts on that as it applies to golf and the golf industry. So with that being said, what do I look for when it comes to golf products? Okay, because there's so many, and obviously as golfers, we're suckers. We see a swing aid, we see something, we look at that and we say, oh, I need that. That's going to fix all my issues. Okay, and it never does. It really never does. What it does, though, it kind of gives us a hope, and we fall for that hook, line, and sinker every time. I'm the same way. If there's something out there that I think will help my specific swing issues, I'm all in. Like, how do I get that? And so, I reach out to companies all the time. I see something because I think it's good for me, and then I want to pass it on to you guys and show you if it works, if it doesn't work. And then there's a lot of companies that reach out to me and want me to showcase their product, and I'm like, oh, this ain't gonna fly, and I say no. And sometimes I say yes when I should say no, unfortunately. But either way, if it's interesting, I will put it out there. I've done videos recently, did these sunglasses that a lot of people kind of railed on me about, but it was an interesting product that I hadn't seen before, and the technology I had never heard of before. So I thought it was a unique look at sunglasses for golf specifically, and so I did a video on that. And even the owner of the company continues to reach out to me and wants me to do more, and I'm not going to do that, not because I don't think the product is beneficial. It's just I don't think it's at a good price point. So I don't want to spend $240 on a pair of glasses that look a little strange that I'm just going to wear golfing. Now it might help, but I share with them. I think it would be a much better training aid, at like a $49, $59, $69 product made more inexpensively and then just marketed as a training aid versus something you wear all the time. However, I do wear the glasses when I'm driving around in my car. I do like the glasses, actually. I like the frame, like the shape, like those aviator styles. And so That's something, I don't know. I wear those glasses. But for golf specifically, it's tough. It's a lot of money just for glasses. So, but nonetheless, it was an interesting product. It looked cool and different. So I did a video on that showcasing that. And I like to bring forward products that maybe you haven't seen or heard of before, because it's just, unique and original. And I like that. But when it comes to products, the first thing, and you saw me, if you haven't seen my video on it's the top 3 products of 2020. It's a video I just did at the PGA show, did really well, and it's just me using a ton of products. But one thing you hear me say consistently over and over and over is, how much? How much is this? How much is that? How much is this? Because that's important. That's the number one thing for me, is how much is this going to set me back? And some of these products are super expensive. A little electrode that I stick on my back that gives me electrical impulses. Now, it may have greater technology in it than just that, but if I can feel electrical stimulation in my back for $40, and it feels exactly the same to me for $2,000, well, I'm going to go with the $40 version. Because unless you can convince me that there is some totally different benefit I'm getting from $2,000, and not just convince me mentally, but I better be able to see it and feel it physically. If you can't do that, then I'm never going to spend $2,000. That's a lot of money for something that just looks like I could build it at home and Home Depot. So I'm not going to spend that kind of money on something like that. So price for me is the most important thing, especially, if it's equipment. You think about golf equipment, a driver, $500, $550. We'll spend money on golf equipment that is that expensive, but are you going to spend that type of money on a golf aid that's, $500, $550? I think when these people are creating or building or putting together their products, cost is going to be a huge, huge issue. So one, price for me is going to be the number one thing, and it's all different, right? Everything's different. It's all relative. If it's a little thing you stick on your club, I want it cheap. If it's a thing I'm driving around the golf course, that's a different story. So, but if it's a swing aid, the price is going to be one of the major factors, obviously. 2, for me, it would be the weight of the product. I'm not going to buy something that weighs 100 pounds. I want something that I could put in my golf bag, that's easy to carry around, that is, I don't have to lug it anywhere. It's the weight of it. That's very, very important to me. So that's something I'm always looking at, and that's obviously kind of goes in conjunction with the size of this product. You saw me in that video. There are some of these products that look like these giant monstrosities, things that's like, and I even said to some of these guys or these girls that are inventors or owners of these products, I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, who buys this thing? Who's purchasing this? Is it the end consumer? Is it guys like me that drive to the driving range and just want to hit better shots? Or is it, a golf course? Who's purchasing this? I would do that with the scooters I rode around too. Who's buying this? Can I get it to and from the golf course? That's something I'm asking. So what is the size? Does it fit in my car, my little hatchback? Do I need a truck? Do I need to transport this thing? If it's a product that I need a helicopter to have it, air dropped into my backyard, I guess I'm probably not going to buy that thing. And you shouldn't either. So size is huge. I want something small, light, and inexpensive that I can put in my golf bag, and it's going to help me when I need the help. That's what I want. The next thing is your product unique? I can't tell you how many people I saw at the PGA show that said, no other product does this. no other product on the market does this. And this, nothing gets you in the slot better than this. Nothing gets your backswing better than this product. Well, there's no product on the market that gets you to turn your hips like this. And, I hear that, the first time you hear that, great. But year after year after year after year, I hear that at the PGA show from the different company that's in that spot this year versus last year. I mean, everybody's saying it. So I think people need to realize, especially if you're selling or creating a golf product, that you hear the same thing over and over and over from everybody. I mean, everybody's telling me there's nothing like their product. We're the most unique. We're the most original. You know what? You hear it so many times. At some point, it's just like you're joking, right? You do realize everybody says this. Apparently, they don't. Give me something different. You know what makes it unique? Not you telling me it's unique. Me saying, oh, I've never seen that before. That is what makes it unique, and that's what makes it unique to you also. If you've never seen it, and you can't look back and go, oh, that looks like this product from 28 years ago. Because unique is something that I want. I don't want the same old. Look, don't create a new product that looks exactly like a product from 20 years ago and tell me yours is unique and better when I can go find that one for $5. If it's unique, tell me it's unique. It better be unique to me, okay? Don't just tell me it's unique. And guess what? Here's what I want to hear. Manufacturers, people selling stuff, do this for me, okay? Do this. Just please be honest with us. Just tell us the truth. Dude, if you stole or borrowed or copied what your product is from an older product, just tell me. Say, you know what? This product, I got inspired from that yellow thing you used to put on your grip, and it would set your wrist in the perfect position. I took that product. I thought it was awesome. Okay. And that product was like $5. So this one, that's cool. And what I did is I made this one very similar. It's very similar. It's almost the same, but it's a little bit better. And what it does is it sets your wrist, and it does this. Oh, then what you've just done is you've built trust. Because now you're not just saying, look, this is the best thing that's ever been done. No other product has ever done this before. Because the dude at the next booth told me the same exact thing about his product. Okay, so I'm sick of hearing that. But if you said, look, basically I took this, I thought it was great, but I wanted to make it a little bit better. So I just added these little things. So all the credit to them for creating that, and I basically refined it, copied it a little bit, and made it better. Just tell me these things, and then I will trust you enough. If you tell me the truth and you're honest with us, the consumers, we'll still buy the dang product. We're not going to just say, nope, you copied it, I'm out. Never going to, nope, I'm plugging my ears. We're not going to do that. We're going to say, okay, thank you. I'm going to buy it. How much? $20? Here you go. $30? Cool. $50? Cool. Look, anybody will drop $50 on a golf product. Pretty much, right? That's kind of the thing. Over 100, you start thinking about it a little bit, but 50, 60 bucks, 60 bucks, probably for me, right? For me, if it's 60 and I'm like, I'll do a spur of the moment purchase for 60 bucks. If I'm like, ooh, that's cool. 60, okay, here's 60 bucks. 80, I might think about it for a little bit longer. 100 bucks, it better blow my mind. But, 50, try to hit that $50, $60 target, and you're going to be good. You're going to get those things all day long. And I would say there's a lot of those out there. But there's a lot of the $800 guy too, and you're like, huh? $2,000. You tell me something's $2,000, dude. That it better do something pretty spectacular, and it better not be some weird contraption. I've got to contort my body to get in, and then I'd be like, you're telling me I could swing in here? Like, it's funny. Somebody made a comment on one of the contraptions in my video. They're like, yeah, that looks like something we all have. It's called a wall. And he was absolutely right. You can do 80% of what that product did, you could do that just by sticking your butt against the wall and taking a few swings. And he's absolutely right. So some of these things, man, it's just crazy. And I'll tell you, I'm so grateful and glad for the people in my life who have tackled me and literally stopped me in my tracks from doing stuff like that, where investing a lot of time, effort, energy, money into something that is crazy. And they said, Matt, this is a horrible idea. And I think we all need people like that in our lives to just tackle us and stop us from creating money pits for ourselves. And it's sad. It's sad to see. And I see it year after year after year. And I've reviewed products from people. I'm like, man. And even early on in my MrShortGame, channel, I would get, I do product reviews of this thing. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. It costs a ton of money. Man, you've poured so much into this. And I just feel like kind of heartbroken. I'm like, dude, I'll do what I can. I'll do a review. No problem. And I'll give it my best shot for you just because I feel bad. Because you've put so much into this. And I don't even have the heart to say it. Whereas now I'm like, now I just tell people like, I don't think this is a good idea. And I do it not out of a bad heart or I'm mean to these people, because I get a lot of companies reaching out now. And so I've got to really be careful about where I invest my time. But when I see a product, I'll be honest and I'll say, look, I don't think this is good. Or even with some of the stuff I will do reviews on, like I said, because they're interesting, and I'll give the feedback from you all to them. And I'll say, go read the comments. Go see what people are saying. This is valuable information for you. So you can do your homework and your research and have the analytics that could help you. Go read the comments of what people are saying, because you've got 12,000, 20,000 views and you've got a couple hundred comments, which typically represents, the majority of what people are thinking. Go read that. And so I appreciate everybody who watches the channel, watches the videos, and takes their time to comment on product stuff, because it really helps the manufacturer, the people inventing these, the owners of these products, be able to kind of pivot or not. A lot of people are just kind of hard-headed. They'll just keep moving forward and say, well, that's just some people. I'm like, all right, whatever. Nothing I could do beyond that. But I try to do my best, at least to give you all interesting products to check out and look at that may or may not help your game. Something I want to bring to everybody's attention as we go into, the 2020 and products is this. You need to be aware of swing aid products in this sense, okay? I'll tell you, maybe 12 years ago or something, I took some lessons down in San Diego from a very well-known, very accomplished, excellent instructor, okay? I'm not going to give out his name, but this guy's booked nonstop, and I would hit balls at this particular range, and I would look over, and I would see him just nonstop, never had a break, booked all day. So I went over, got his card, booked a lesson for myself, and started working with him. Took maybe 3 lessons from this guy, 2 or 3. And he got me in some of the best impact and post-impact positions I've ever been in my life up to that point and since then. And I was like, he was just showing me video of my impact, my release. I mean, it was like what you would see on TV, tour quality, honestly. And I was like, wow, I've never been like that, before that or since then, to be honest with you. What happened, though, is I hurt my shoulder right then, like after a couple lessons with this guy. And then I kept hitting balls, and it hurt and kept hurting, so I had to stop golfing. I didn't swing a golf club for an entire year, and because I just had to let my shoulder heal. Now, this happened. Here's what happened. It happened because I was changing my swing, okay? And there's no doubt in my mind that new position, the new moves, injured my shoulder because my muscles weren't used to being in these positions. Not that position was bad, but my body was not conditioned to be in that position. And I think when you start working with swing aids and swing trainers and swing products that are supposed to help your game, you have to be very, very careful how you approach those things and how you use them. And what I would recommend is, well, first, see your doctor, trainer, make sure you're physically fit to use these things, because you just don't know what it's going to do to you, whether it's that swing shirt or something else, the Shore set, these other things that I actually liked. Something I used was that Playmate, that by Tour Striker Golf, which is an amazing product. I think it's around 100, 150 bucks. Excellent product. But when I started using that, and over the summer, I didn't use it very long, and that's when I hurt my back. And I'm not going to say that hurt my back, because I hurt my back just bending over, like opening a cabinet. I think my muscles just were kind of fatigued for whatever reason. I'm not going to blame it on that product, but then after my back healed very slightly, I started using that. I used that product again, and then the next day I was done for like a month. I couldn't move, literally, like I was in bed. And you'll see some of my videos throughout the summer from August to September. Just go watch my YouTube channel, and you'll see my kids in the video. You'll see me doing a review of some other stuff where my kids are in the video. I did a chipping or 2 chipping videos during that time. I could barely move, and people even commented, "Man, you look horrible. Like you're MrShortGame. You're chipping." Like it literally I looked very awkward, and it was just all I could do to get a video out. And like I said, I'm not blaming that product, but what I would do in the future, and now moving forward, was when I get a swing aid product, I treat it like a new workout. So what I do is I get the product and I use it. I'll do like not hitting balls, just swinging slowly, using the product as if I'm lifting a weight, and I'll swing like 10 times, take a break. So I do like 3 to 5 sets of 10. And then I put that thing away for a couple days. Then I come back and I do it again for a couple, and I'll do just like you're doing bench press or any type of gym workout. Use that product for a while. I know we get excited, right? You get the Playmate, you get a Shore set, you get something, and you want to change your swing, especially for all of you living in cooler climates or you're not swinging a club for a few months because of the winter and your off season or whatever, and then all of a sudden you order these golf products here as the season kind of comes, starts coming closer to the golf season. Then you start going all out with a swing aid. You're just asking for trouble. Your body is not used to it. Your muscles are not developed. And anytime you change your swing from what you were doing to what you're going to do or what you want to do, what happens is you start using different muscles, and your muscles just aren't built up, and you just get off balance, and it puts strain on other areas of your body, like maybe your back, maybe your knees, maybe your shoulder, maybe your neck, who knows. So get that product that you like, that you want to use, that's going to help your issue, and then use it as if it were a workout. Take it to the gym, show it to your trainer, say, look, I want to use this full out, full swing. Can you help my body get in shape so that I don't, go too much too soon? I take it in stride, and that I can be physically fit to use this. And it's going to take a little extra time to get there, but it will pay off, and you will preserve and protect your body. So have like a professional look at it and say, okay, here's the motions, here's the body sequencing you need for that, and here are the exercises you need to do to be able to be physically fit to be able to do that. And I would even do that. Let's say you're going to take lessons from some instructor, and they want to change your swing, okay? And if you're over 30, 35 years old, and you're going to change, big things in your swing, this instructor, hopefully, this person will look at you and say, look, we got to take this slowly because I don't want you to get injured. You can't just change your swing without thinking you might get injured. Like you very likely will become injured if you change your swing. Just think about if you run a certain way all your life, and then somebody's like, hey, try running this way. It's going to help you. I mean, you're going to get hurt. It's going to be different. You're going to feel it. So that's something really to consider when you're checking out new swing aid products. Take it slow, little by little, and then you're going to have a much better success rate with that, and you'll be able to, transfer that into your swing with success. But there are some crazy products out there. I mean, crazy. If you watch my video, you see me using some of these things. And look, I'm not here to bash a product and say, this is horrible. What is this? Like, you're going to fail. Like, that's not what I do. I don't know if a product's going to take off or fail. That's kind of, you never know. Some products I thought were horrible have done really well. And some products I thought were really good didn't do anything. So you just never know. It kind of, they have a life of their own. Now, there was this large, kind of clunky looking thing that, swing contraption that got in, and it kept your butt against the thing, and you slide your hips up against the thing and get the good rotation, and you pull down on this other thing, and interesting. I mean, you start getting the feeling of what you want to do, and then there's a whole separate contraption you got to spend more money on where you can actually get those feelings and hit balls. Now, that one's like $600. The other one's $2,000. Like, I don't know why you would get both. I would just get the one where I could hit balls, because I'd rather have the feeling while I'm hitting balls than while I'm just standing there. So that didn't make any sense to me, to be honest with you. And I guess this is for those, bigger golf academies, people who want like that. But like I said, I would go after the, just the regular person like myself. Like, I want to be able to buy something and put it in my garage or my house or be able to use it. So that's something I would want. The products like that are those tricky ones where you're like, I just don't know, like, what's up with that? Whereas something like the swing shirt, now that was out a while ago with Patrick Harrington. I guess he repped it a few years back, and it used to be orange, I believe, and now they got the camo one and a black one. That's like $50. Now, that was cool. It was a much better. Now, I used it for swinging, and I think I was hitting wedges with that. And even looking back at the video and looking at my swing, it didn't fix any swing issues that I have, even though it felt weird. You could see this girl next to me, behind me. She was struggling, like she couldn't hit a ball. And poor thing. And so for some people, but I don't know. I didn't know who that was. I don't know if she's a golfer or not. But I just kept looking back, and I'm like, she's sculling everything. And so I don't know if it was her or the shirt or both or what. But for me, I mean, it was fine. It kept me connected. It was something that even the one of the guys who was repping the product, he said it's really good for putting. And that I could see. Because a lot of people struggle with putting. They get all disconnected putting more so even than their swing. So I think that would be a good way to go. And what I liked about it is it's small. You could roll it up, throw it in your golf bag. It's light, relatively inexpensive, easy to keep in your bag. Anytime you want to use it, just throw that puppy on and you're good to go. And it looks a little strange. I'd probably throw it on when no one's at the range. But regardless, that's a kind of product I like. One thing... you see me riding in this video 2 scooters, trike golf and the fat scooter. And there's others out there. There's golf boards. There's all kinds of stuff. And I am a huge fan of single rider vehicles for golf courses, because I just think that's going to speed up the game. We can't be all riding, 2 people riding in a golf cart, because one guy hits it left, the other person hits it right. You're just all over the place. And it's frustrating when you just, I just like to go to my ball. But on some courses, they're hilly. They're not, courses these days wind through neighborhoods and, planned communities. So it's very difficult to walk a lot of courses these days, which is sad. I think they should build them all walking. But even my home course is very tough to walk because it's super hilly. So I'm a huge fan of the single riders. So the trike golf, which was cool. like a 3-wheel type of vehicle. That thing was $6,000. So I'm riding that thing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Then I go to fat scooters, and theirs is like $3,000. And it's like a little motorcycle with fat wheels, fat tires. And you just kind of, you could drive that thing almost onto the putting green because the wheels are so wide. It's not that heavy. And, there's people that weigh more than this that walk on golf shoes and spikes on these greens. So, sadly, people do more damage than these dang scooters. But the fat scooter's half the price, and it's twice as cool. So I don't understand why you would don't make a single rider vehicle that's more expensive than $3,000. I just don't think that's the way to go. And I think there's a thing called One Wheel. They're never at the show, but I think they should make a golf version. Now, golfers might die on that thing because it's one wheel and you got your golf bag or something. But I don't know. There's always a way. But I think if somebody can make about a $500 to $1,000 single rider vehicle that's like that electronic skateboard that's around that price, I think that would kill it. I think that would be the way to go. That I can transport easily in my car. That's what I want. Fat scooters, tough to transport. The trike golf, you can transport that thing. It's not super easy, but that's something I think every year there's new single rider vehicles. Every year somebody's got something new, and nothing really has taken off. The golf board has done okay. There's golf courses out there that have that, and I think you got to watch a little video before you go and rent it. So there's some that do it. I think it's highly, highly necessary to speed up the game of golf. So I'm still waiting for the best single rider vehicle to come out. I haven't seen it yet, and they're just too expensive. In terms of swing speed, now I was using the Twitch trainer with Ryan Steenberg, long drive competition guy. You see me on, swinging that thing. He did give me 15 extra yards in a couple minutes just using that dang Twitch trainer, which is super cool. I like that one because it's light. I think it's like $100, and it's light. You can do different things with that canvas. I don't know if it's canvas or not, but the thing you swing, you can open it up. It's kind of like almost like a little mini parachute. It catches wind. It has a lot of resistance on it. And then you could roll it up and get a different type of swing resistance with that. And all I know is I got 15 yards in like a couple minutes. That was super cool. I did also try out the Super Speed Golf with the speed sticks. Now that's similar. It has a whole different thing. I think that one's $100, $200. I'm not sure how much those are. But I'm going to be doing reviews on both of these coming up. But the Super Speed's more of a... they're both swing speed trainers, and Super Speed I used, and I picked up a couple miles an hour swing speed when I used that. It wasn't in the video. However, I got a couple more miles an hour, but I wasn't seeing any more distance when I actually swung a lot faster, but the ball went, it was on demo day, and it just didn't even... I hit it like a mile in the air. So I don't know. I need more time with that to really have any type of clarity on whether or not it's a good product or not. But I got more stuff coming out with that because I'm really interested with increasing club head speed. So I want to do more on that and really what products are going to be good for increasing your club head speed. But the Twitch trainer, right out the gate, I did like what was going on there. So I will, I'll have more info on those types of things later on. Keep checking my YouTube channel for that stuff. And obviously I had a great time. If you haven't, product, I do a lot with Athlon Shoes. So I'm loving what they're doing. They signed Bernard Longer. They've got a lot of the long drive guys like Ryan, like Kyle Berkshire, and and the other guys as well that they're working with. And I've been using their shoes for over a year now and absolutely love them. I would not use them if I didn't like them and their technology that they have. And look, just FYI, like Bernard Longer is not doing this for the money. Like Adidas has more money than Athlon's, okay? and he was with Adidas, but he switched. And Bernard Longer, he's not going to, mess around. He said to me, and you could see it on my YouTube or on my Instagram page, he said, I hit my wedges better. I hit better shots wearing the shoes because there's more stability and you're more grounded and you're able to use those ground forces better. That's Bernard Longer. This guy doesn't need he doesn't need money. He's after better performance. That's about it. He's not looking to sign more contracts and make more money. Like he wants to win. He's a competitor. And he's not going to use something if it doesn't work, especially with a company that has less money than another company that's willing to pay him more money. Like that doesn't make any sense. So he's somebody that I don't know. He's a guy that I could trust. Now, honestly, if it was like John Daly, no offense, I love John Daly, but if John Daly was like, yeah, I'm using this product because they're better. Like, I don't know if I'd believe that as much as if like a Bernard Longer said it. No offense. I'm just saying, like, some people have a little more credibility than other people, especially when it comes to products and things they use. So that's something I appreciate. So always, if you want to check them out, athlons.com. If you buy their shoes, use code MrShortGame at checkout, okay? And that'll help me. And occasionally they offer discounts to people that come using MrShortGame code. So always check that out. Always put in MrShortGame just to see if you get a little discount there. Everything else at the show, I mean, there were a lot of knick-knack products, as there always are. Divot fixers, there's things that hold your phone, there's groove cleaners, there's even tees that they say, hit your ball farther with this tee, which is totally not true. There's actually been studies done on this. The only way you get more distance with a specific type of a tee is if you have a bad swing, okay? Like Tiger Woods, if he uses that tee and a wooden tee or a plastic tee, he's getting the same distance. But if you have a bad swing where you're hitting really far down on the ball, you have a descending blow on the ball, then yes, you could get more distance off of the tee that kind of has more forgiveness just because you're hitting the ball down into it too much. So I'd fix your swing. I wouldn't get a new tee. And you're only gaining a yard or two, so it's not that big a deal. So I wouldn't put too much stock in that. Now, kind of to wrap things up, what about the CBD, cannabis, all that stuff into golf? Now, I mean, I've seen so much. There was, first of all, every CBD booth I walked by said they were the best. And here's why we're different than the other ones. And they kind of all said the same thing. Some of them just, they all get their CBD or whatever it is from the same, they don't all get it from the same supplier, but a lot of them do, and then they just repurpose it and call it their own, right? So, whereas some actually have their own farm or whatever you want to call it, and then they are growing, cultivating, manufacturing their own product. And, what's the difference? Well, I guess they have more control over the source, the quality of the plant, whereas other people are just getting it from, a different distributor. So they're all claiming they're the best, though. They all do that. There was CBD infused honey. There was different type of CBD mixtures where they're mixing it with all different types of oils and spices. And then they claim it's a unique blend of all these healthy, let's say, superfoods mixed together with CBD. And other people have, they all have their different spin on it, okay? And there's everything from these topical lotions to stuff you ingest to honeys to gummies to pills to everything you can imagine. It's there. Here's the deal. It's CBD. The big thing with CBD is it's an anti-inflammatory. And I'm sure there's a lot more, and a lot of people know more about this than me, but it is an anti-inflammatory. So depending on what your specific ailment is, it has the potential to help you by reducing inflammation. That is true. somebody gave me some. One of the companies gave me this. It looks like a little deodorant bar, and it's there's an activate and a recovery, and you rub it on your muscles before and after workout. And I have been trying that because I prefer a topical as opposed to something I ingest, because I don't take any drugs, I don't take any pills, I don't take any medications, I take nothing. Okay, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. I know I'm a loser, but so I'm real skeptical of this stuff. And personally, I think you can control inflammation through your diet, which you can do. There's dietary regimens you can go through to reduce inflammation. And that's ultimately what helped my back heal, is that I went on a anti-inflammatory diet regimen, and immediately my back got better. So that's really what helped me. I didn't use any CBD products, but I have been rubbing this little topical on my back before I work out, and then after the activate and recovery. And I'll do more on that later, and I'll post links of that company as we move forward. But it has been helping. I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel looser. Usually, if I'm really swinging all out and playing golf and hitting a lot of balls, that I need a day or two rest on my back right now, as it still tries to get stronger. But I actually haven't had to do that in the last few days, and I've just been using that topical stuff on my back. So that might have something to do with it. But what I would say is wait for the dust to settle with all the CBD and all this stuff, because there's so much now. It's kind of like overload. What I would do is I would just let the dust settle, and then the cream will rise to the top, and we'll see some of the products that come out. But a lot of these companies have a lot of money and backing behind them, so they're going to really promote their product and sponsor some big names to help endorse that. Again, I've been trying, and I've tried other CBD products over the last few months, and they've done absolutely nothing for me, other than I haven't been able to sleep. I took one, I was like, whoa, I can't sleep. This is weird. And some other like interesting side effects that I was like, this is weird. And I stopped doing it, and then I was able to sleep. So that might just be me or not. I don't know. But I am kind of like in that camp of, hey, I'm going to kind of let some stuff settle. I'm going to get more information. I'm going to do more research. And then I'm going to see what is going to, if anything is going to benefit me. But right now, that topical stuff, the lotion, I do like. And the one I'm using, it doesn't smell. Somebody else sent me some stuff. I smell like a dang marijuana plant walking around. They gave me some lotion. I was like, oh my gosh, my clothes smell. I smell like I was at the marijuana farm. I don't want to smell like that, and I don't want it to taste like that with the oil that you would ingest. So, yeah. Then there was one that it just I felt like I was eating a dang weed, and that's no thank you. So I don't like that. Maybe some people do. I don't want to taste it. I don't want to smell like it. Either case, I would say, anyways, that's my take on CBD in golf right now. Is if anything, wait or try a lotion first and see if that helps your muscles, and slowly go from there. But I do not want to be like dependent upon any type of drop, chemical, or anything that makes me feel better. Like, for me personally, I think there's better ways to approach that. And I do believe you can do that through your diet. Not anything against the hemp and the cannabis and the CBD products, because I do think there's a time and a benefit for that, more so than, let's say, a pharmaceutical chemical and a synthetic drug, because that, I think, is pretty damaging. But I would just say, like, look at your diet and exercise program first, and if you can tackle something that way, try that, because there might be things you can eliminate from your diet that will reduce inflammation. And there's probably a lot of things you can take out of your diet that will get that inflammation down. That I know from personal experience. And so go that route. I would just recommend go that route first. Then that doesn't work, then you could try some topicals and go from there. But you know what? If you want to go all in and give it a go, then hey, do your thing, man. Don't let me stop you. have a good time. Take whatever you want. Have fun. But for me, I'm just taking it nice and slow. And I just felt I wanted to try some of it on a small scale first, kind of get my opinion, and just really see if I feel anything. And so far, the only thing I felt different was with that topical lotion on my back. So more to come on that and the product that I'm using in that. So, but I'll leave a link for you. You can check them out. But it is an exciting time for golf. What I like about golf products now, as opposed to years and years ago, is that now they're just more accessible. There's more out there, which is good, and it's easier today to get products promoted than ever before, because there's influencers or people on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter or whatever that these companies can reach out to. So a small company with a good idea can get their product out there a lot easier than they've ever been able to do it in the past. And that's cool, because I think that's good. I think people, if they have a good idea, they should have a great opportunity to get their product out there. And if it's good, it will catch on and it will snowball, and they could have some good success with very little investment. They don't have to spend all this money on promotion just to get their product out there. Now they can use the resources to make the product affordable, and then let it hit organically. And there's a lot of people that, like me or other influencers or creators, that they can use and utilize to help get the message out there. And I think that's what makes it exciting. Sadly, it also makes it difficult, because there's a lot of stuff out there that is a waste of time, to be honest with you. So, but you guys and girls, you are smart enough to see through all of it and say, that's ridiculous. Just do me a favor. Here, I'll say this kind of in closing to the video. As a favor, please do this last thing. I don't ask for much. What I would say, please, 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 don't hold the creator or influencer or me or the people like me or people who put out videos. Don't hold us responsible for a product that you think is horrible, okay? We're just kind of the messengers. Here's the message this is out there. Here's the product, okay? Look, you can hate on me all you want. It doesn't affect me too much. Sometimes I curl up in a little ball and cry myself to sleep. But most of the time I'm good, okay? And so don't hold us responsible. We're just like, man, there's this product. It's crazy. Check it out. And then we just put it out there, on the table. So don't beat me up. That's just, I didn't create the thing. If I created it, hopefully it's good. But if it's not, you'll let me know. I know that. So, but don't hate on the messenger, okay? We're just, me or anybody else, we're just getting it out there, all right? So, good luck to you. There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of stuff to come. I'm sure I'm going to review a ton of products this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Keep up to date with all the latest tips, drills, reviews. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We're going to keep things rolling. I love you guys. See you, hear you next time.